Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Clearwater Toyota, and guess what? I have something that's been added for 2026 to this vehicle right next to me. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the 2026 Toyota 4Runner. This is a 4Runner XP. But before we get into one of my favorite colors, underground, on any Toyota, let's talk about what's going on here. So the 4Runner. It's starting to slowly build up some steam, I think, of getting people to stop arguing and debating about the loss of the V6. And I think more people are starting to see that there are benefits to what Toyota has done with the all-new 4Runner. Now, what's fascinating is that when it comes to different grades, different trims, the 4Runner has something like 9 different grades that you could spec it. For 2026, they decided to add something special, the XP. Basically what it does, it builds upon the SR5 entry trim. But here is the little catch. The XP is only available in Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Alabama. Each region of the United States gets a different special edition. So what I want to find out is it the best new SUV value for a midsize? Going the XP route? And if you don't live in one of those states, is it going to be worth going to, say, sunny Florida? You could come say hi and pick yourself up an XP. Why don't we go ahead? Let's dive into this one and see if we can find out. Right off the bat, like I said, great proportions to the 4Runner. It sits on the same exact TNGAF platform as the new Tacoma. At the front of the business, you're going to get LED headlights. So even though this is basically a base trim, you do get LED headlights. My big zonk is that they don't give you LED turn signals. So that is a bit of a zonk. But I do like the way you have your nice flat black on the fender flares, functional corner air curtains. And then this lower air dam is removable. They have it here for aerodynamic efficiency, but you can remove that if you choose to do so. Now, as we kind of glide center stage here, you have your upper grille with that flat black Toyota badge. The rest of the grille is all flat black. Working our way down, more functionality in the center. And you are going to get those nice rectangular LED driving lights. They give you a nice bright white light. It's just something nice to see that even on the base, you are getting fog lamps, driving lamps that are added. Now, everything is flat black. And like I said, you remove the air dam, that's going to give you the proper amount of clearance if you do need to do some light off-roading with this XP spec of the 4Runner. But let me know what you think about the face of it with underground. I think it all blends in nice and clean. Now, as we rise on up, you got those strong indentations on the hood. Give you good visual reference points when you're behind the wheel. And then as we come around the bend, speaking of wheels, this is going to be your special wheel part of the XP trim. So I like the way it's a nice dark chrome finish, V-spoke sort of shape design. There's your X Series badge on your center cap. And you even get black lugs, which just gives it a nice, clean, cohesive look. What do we got going on for tires? So remember, this is an 18-inch wheel. Tires are going to be 265 on the width, 60 series sidewall. And you'll notice that we get those Nito Nomad grappler tires. These actually have a good amount of shielding so you could do some light off-roading. And then Lori's going to swing on in and show you upper control arm, your suspension bits. Everything has been redesigned like we've talked about many a time for this new 4Runner. Remember, this is a midsize 2-row. But let me know what you think about the wheels. Good looking wheel with the underground, I think. Why don't we continue? Going down the side, you're going to get flat black on your mirror caps. I'm okay with that. Nothing wrong with that. Flat black on the door handles. And then part of the XP trim is you're going to get these frame sliders, nice powder-coated frame sliders that have side steps that are removable. So I'm not a big fan of these sort of drop-down side steps. I would take those off. I would take off the air dam, take those off, and just leave the frame slider, the rock slider. That would give it that nice overall balanced look. Up top, you are getting raised flat black roof rails. And then you get a little bit of an XP badge on the side. XP. Now, coming towards the rear, when we come around the back, what do we got going on? You have that nice long roof spoiler. They hide the wiper up underneath there, just like the previous generation. You have that flat black midsection here with the Toyota name. You have your X Series badge. Nice and tasteful. And then you are going to get full tow receiver hookup. Look at how high they mount the spare and everything. But you get to tow, guess what? More weight than the previous generation. It's actually 6,000 pounds with this 4Runner. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and talk about power. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have a prop rod. I'm going to zonk that there's a prop rod. There shouldn't be a prop rod. There should be hood struts. But underneath the hood is that modern spaghetti mess of wires, tubes, hoses, and everything else. So no engine cover. That's their way of cutting some costs, I'm sure. It's a 2.4 liter turbocharged inline four, 278 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque. This does have four-wheel drive. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in about 7.2 seconds. Top speed is governed to 115 miles an hour. The vehicle weighs 5,111 pounds, but could tow up to 6,000 pounds. MPGs around 20 in the city, 24 on the highway. So, like I said, a lot of people are missing the V6, but I think you'll be impressed once you get behind the wheel, whether it's with me or you come and drive one, of how well the 8-speed automatic works with this turbocharged 4-cylinder turbo engine. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up and see it roll. All right, guys, we're inside this 2026 Toyota 4Runner XP. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, what is the price? Because I'm trying to find out if this is a value, but I'm not sure. Very good question. This one, with four-wheel drive and all the other goodies, you're looking at MSRP of $49,000 for the XP. XP, MSRP, $49,000. But let's see if there's enough value for your hard-earned dinero. To the door panels, all black plastic. The sad news is there's no such soft touch up top. That's a zonk. You do get a nice padded armrest, so that's good news. No gloss black. In the center there, you could put your deep fried bananas when you go to the state fair, that little banana holder there. And then down below is where you could put a couple bottles of some orange Fanta soda to wash everything down. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, you do get the required Toyota Twinkie tray. 13 Twinkies, baker's dozen. I do like the gray finish, but it's all hard plastic. Slide on in. You have an 8-inch infotainment system. It's fine. I don't need any bigger. You can get bigger if you want to go up different trims and grades, but this is fine. It's all touchscreen. It's got the usual multimedia software. You set up all your different driver profiles and all that. If you got tons of friends that drive your vehicle, which is kind of weird, but you can set it up that way. Throw it into reverse. Backup camera, nice and clear, and it takes up all 8 inches. And you got trajectory, which is good. Start stop button, nice and high, easy access. You have your standard AC control, so you got temperature, and then your blower fan, and then the toggle switches for the other controls for the AC. You have a nice little oh crap handle for your passenger, a place to put 4 deep fried Egg McMuffins. And then this is going to control your 8-speed automatic. Different drive modes. You can switch from 2 high to 4 high to 4 low with your 4x4 system. A lot of fake buttons in here, dead buttons. So just know that this is a base. It's an SR5. That's what it is. Key fob, I'm hoping that one day they're going to change. It's funny, we used to joke about Nissan being the one with the oldest, longest running key fob. I think Toyota is going to surpass that now. They need to change this key fob. It's sort of soft. It's like you took some soft and wrapped it around a rock. That's what that is. It's like a rubber rock. Lift it up, though. You have enough room in there to where you could put, I would say, 4, and get ready for this, for the Florida State Fair, 4 deep fried peanut butter chocolate donuts that have a hamburger patty with bacon in the center. I can feel it running down my face right now. All the melted chocolate and bacon juice. And then the seats. They are cloth, but they are durable. I mean, look at this. I could rub this all day long and it won't even wear. It's a light gray finish. Nice, comfortable seat. Manual controls for the passenger. Manual controls for the driver. And no sunroof. But I do like the way we have a dark headliner. Why don't you come over here behind the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this 4Runner. All right, guys, business time in this 4Runner XP. Manual seat controls, but like I said, they're easy to get right and to just have it perfect for your body type. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room in here. And then the wheel. I like the way you do have the leather perforated and smooth. Flat black on the switchgear. It is a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then you do have a 7-inch digital gauge cluster. You could go to your different modes, sport, normal, and eco. And then, of course, there's tow and haul as well. So nice to have those different modes. And that's all you need for modes. I don't know why some of these vehicles have like 40 modes. Like, why do we need so many modes? But let's get in the back seat and see if there's enough room for all your friends to go to the fair, to get diabetes, and to have a heart attack. Let's find out. All right, guys, backseat time. The great news is you got lots of room. Now, if you're wondering, well, Joe, you look like you're sitting a little too upright. I just have the seat in this position because, look, it does recline. So that's really nice. I'm going to put it right there. That's like the normal. I feel like that's about normal. Yeah, that feels good. Pockets, nice and large. You could put all the different things that you win, all that crap. It's funny because when you go to the fair and you know, you want to play the dart game with the balloons, or you want to like throw the little rings around the 2-liter bottles, and you spend like $100 to get yourself a stuffed animal, like you could probably just go buy yourself one for a lot less. It's usually better made. Like I remember back in the day when I used to go to the fair with my family. It's like by the end of the day, the stuffing was starting to fall out of the legs and stuff of the stuffed animals. Not fun. Seats. You do have AC for the rear seats with your little vents, 2 USB-Cs, which is a nice touch. I do like the space. The seats don't slide. Remember, 4Runners, they don't slide. They do recline, and you do have a nicely padded armrest with 2 cup holders. Well, why don't we go ahead? Let's get into the back cargo area because I want to take you on the sit and spin at the fair. All right, guys, cargo area time. Now on this XP, you don't get electric assist. It's okay. Just fling it up. You are going to be greeted to a very generous amount of room. You're actually looking at 57 cubic feet of space. Now, you'll notice that they did leave the different cup holders and stuff for the 3rd row. This does not have the 3rd row. This is just 2 row, but you can option it with a 3rd row. You could put all your knickknacks. Maybe you're doing some, some garage sale, thrift shopping. You could put all your knickknacks that you buy there and then try to sell them on eBay so you can retire. Rear seats do fold down, and that's going to give you over 80 cubic feet of space. And then remember, to get to the spare, it's underneath, not under here. Just to remember. But why don't we go ahead? If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go for a spin and see how this 4Runner handles the road. All right, guys, we're in this 2025 Toyota 4Runner, this being the XP trim. And right away, you're getting all of the goodness with this new 4Runner platform. And the fact that this one has four-wheel drive is really stupendous. And like I said, if you want extra power, you can go with the iForce Max, but I think you're going to find that just the 2.4 liter turbocharged inline 4 paired with the 8-speed automatic works very, very well. Visibility is great. Let's go on throttle. On throttle, here we go. Now, with this being an XP and having those unique wheels and tires, you're going to get a little bit more road noise because it is a more off-road spec tire. But it's nothing that's too out of the extraordinary, especially when it comes to a 4Runner. Lots of good storage in here. Obviously, connectivity with your USB-Cs. You got two of them and a 12-volt. This does not have wireless charging. You'll have to go higher trim to get wireless charging. But I really, really love the way these new 4Runners ride. I mean, the suspension tuning is really, really great. A lot smoother than the previous generation. Yes, it doesn't have a V6, and yes, I know those V6s were bulletproof, but this does have a lot of modern touches, which is nice. You ready? We're on throttle. On throttle, here we go! Like I said, I think once you give one of these new 4Runners a try, it's really going to change your thoughts about it once you get behind the wheel, because they just drive really, really nicely. It's just, you know, obviously with this being pretty much a base trim, you're getting a lot of black hard plastic, but you do get a lot of nice tech with the 8-inch infotainment system and your digital gauge cluster, which is nice. Seats are comfy though. The seats are one of the best parts of the new 4Runner. Absolutely perfect. But I hope that this has been a good overall review of the 4Runner XP. We're going to get back to Clearwater Toyota and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys. Always a great day here at Clearwater Toyota. Definitely got to thank Chris and the rest of the team getting us access to this 2026 XP trim of the 4Runner. Let me know what you think. Four-wheel drive. Lots of nice finishes and touches. Everything blacked out. Is it worth the money at the end of the day? Is this the best midsize SUV value? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Gotta get up to Latte Lori. She's working the magic as always. That's why we call her the Magic Maker. So thank you, Lori, for being the Magic Maker. And just like always, guys,